guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a very, how do I put it? It's not going to be for everybody. I have been manifesting really big events in my life and they all came just from a thought. I believe that nothing is too big to make manifest into the reality. I've been doing it for the last few years and I just wanted to share what's been working for me in this video. So starting with my experiences, I'm going to start with a very big one, which is the career that I have now. Basically, when I was in high school, I drew up on this piece of paper a stick figure drawing of me. So this was that first career one. I wrote this on 2012. It had the job that I wanted, my dream job. This is me sitting at the computer, hearts everywhere, means I love my job. Money coming in, because I'm getting paid for this. Makeup and clothes and exploring the world and traveling. It says sponsors here. This is 2012. Who talks about sponsors? I don't know how it was gonna happen. I was currently working at Hollister or something like that, but it was just a dream. So I took that piece of paper, I folded it up and I taped it next to my bedside table. And to be honest, I completely forgot about it. It wasn't until 10 years later that I was already moved out. I already went to college. I was living on my own, that I went back to my parents' house and I pulled off this piece of paper from the bedroom wall. I opened it up and I was living that dream job. I already had that dream job and I was already doing it. And at the moment, I was so shocked because I forgot that I had even wanted that. I just thought that everything kind of happened so organically, which it did, and I never fought for it. I wasn't desperate to have that. I wasn't going out to make content at the time to make money. To be honest, I didn't know I could make this into a job at all. I was just, it's 2017 when I was just posting on my personal Instagram page recipes and breakfasts that I was eating because I wanted to become a healthier person. And 2 years later, I quit my full-time job and I do this full-time now. And that's when I opened that piece of paper and I was like, what the heck? Everything manifested exactly the way it was drawn. And two things there. One, I knew exactly what I wanted. At that moment in time when I was in high school, whenever that was, I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew the feeling that it would bring me to have a job that I loved. So I drew it out of like passion that this would be so cool. The second thing I did was I surrendered. I folded it up, taped it on the wall, forgot about it. Right? Like I didn't think about how I was gonna make this happen and the steps I had to take. No, I surrendered. And third, my feelings and my thought were matched up. I did not draw that in a place where I was feeling lack. I enjoyed my job. It just wasn't, it was stressful, but I wasn't drawing it out of desperation. I was just simply drawing it because I was passionate about looking at YouTube videos over the weekend. It brought me a lot of joy. I was creating from a place of fulfillment and happiness. And I think those three things I just mentioned are key. I could go into the last one a little bit more later, but the fact that I was feeling whole already as I drew this, happy, and my thought or what I wanted to manifest was so clear that it happened. So these 3 points that I just said applies to everything I manifested in my life after that. And because it's happened once, I'm a believer, right? I'm like, I can do this. And then on this journal, this is 2017, okay? This is when I was in a toxic relationship and I wanted something better. With that relationship, I couldn't see myself out, like I didn't know how, but I knew deep down I deserved something better, but how was I gonna get that? How would I get out of this? and I knew what would make me so happy. Someone that worked out, someone that lived the lifestyle I live, someone that can share the passion for cooking with me. So I'm just reading you this so you can see how like specific I'm getting with what I want. I wanted all these things. I drew out everything I wanted. I wrote down every little detail, how tall this person was, what he looked like. He had chocolate bar abs, 6 feet tall. In the middle here, there's me and this guy who has abs. It says closer to family because of him. That was so important. That's such a unique way of saying that. Like, not like my family likes him, but closer to family because of him. I never had my dad or mom like my boyfriends before, ever. Nate is the first person they respect and love. And because of that, I want them to be together around more. I wrote down everything, and I kid you not, 3 months later, I want to say, it was when Nate walked into my life. First of all, I met Nate in 2018. There's no way that I knew about Nate when I wrote this. Like, word for word, everything on that sheet of paper, besides like getting married and having kids yet, has already happened. Has already happened. And you know what I even said on there was that I would have like a country home with this guy and have animals. I just can't believe it, and look where we are today. So job manifested, love manifested. I just wanted to share those experiences because they are my own, and I wanted to share that before I jump into what I think I'm doing right that is working for me. And I just went to the Joe Dispenza event last week, so I learned a lot about creating the future that you want. Learning about all the science and data from Joe, I was like, this is why it worked for me. It clicked, like every single time I did it, why each one was so successful. I just want to share that with you now of what I learned at Joe Dispenza and how maybe you can apply this into your life to create the future you want. I'm going to share a little bit about the how on it. Like I had briefly mentioned, the most important thing, the most key takeaway from this is your thoughts and your heart need to be 100% aligned. And that's easier said than done, right? Someone can have affirmations of, I am abundant, I am free, I am abundant, but actually they feel lack. They don't feel worthy. So if your thoughts are thinking, I am abundant, and your heart is saying, I'm lacking, that's not aligned. So you're not gonna get what you want. Okay, so the way to do it is to make sure that what you are thinking is matching the emotion that you're feeling. So if I want to manifest love in my life, I would be already feeling whole and love. I would find reasons to be in love, and you can always find something if you look hard enough. I think of Monkey and holding Monkey and just like breathing with him. So much love there. That's why I think pets are so near and dear to my heart. But find a way to find that love in you already right now. And from that place, you have to send out a very strong signal of exactly what you want. Because if it's kind of wishy-washy, those energy waves that you're putting out into the universe is also going to be wishy-washy. It's not going to come back to you in this like direct way. Number one is know exactly what you want. Make sure that your feeling is matching that potential. And then it's also to surrender, which means just trusting that the universe, that the source will bring it to you in a way that makes the most sense to you, that is for your greatest good. And just trusting that it will happen. And Dr. Joe Dispenza will say it comes in a way that you least expect it. It will shock you, it will surprise you, and that's because that's the unknown. Like if it's known, you could predict it already. It's not something you can imagine. And you can't be afraid of that. You just have to surrender to that and trust that it's coming. And once this happens to you, you're gonna believe, and it's gonna be easier to surrender and let it go and just trust that the universe is gonna bring it back to you. Because, you know, it's the same thing as that law of attraction. We're all energy. And when we put out this energy with a coherent heart and thought is the same, it comes right to you. And the time of when it comes to you is really dependent on how you live your regular life on a day-to-day basis. If you are in that 5 minutes moment of finally getting your thoughts to match what you want, and then 10 minutes later, a coworker pisses you off and you are in a shitty mood, well, too bad you just like broke that energy connection. Like, you're no longer that grateful, fulfilled, happy, whole person. So that is another important thing, is how do you get yourself to carry this state of mind that you got yourself in, which is from gratitude, of love, when you're creating something. How do you keep that throughout the day? It's hard. You just have to believe that you are not a victim to anything, and that you create your circumstances. Your environment does not dictate how you feel. The people around you does not dictate how you feel. You feel the way you feel because you're finding that happiness from within. And it's actually very empowering when you come at it this way. And so do things that really make you happy. You know, keep your emotion up. Find little things to be grateful for. They're all around you. You just have to really feel into them. And meditate. This is why I meditate every morning. So I'm gonna meditate and I'll check back in. It's so important for me to start the day feeling so whole and grateful. Truly, not just, I'm gonna write my 3 affirmations on this notebook and then boom, it's gone. Or, you know, I'm gonna try really hard to think of 3 things. It's just kind of cringe. Like, no, I truly get to a place in my meditations where I'm crying. I'm just so happy, and it just feels so freaking good. I just finished meditating. Afterwards, especially when I'm able to lock in with myself, I feel so free, I feel so whole, I feel happy and joyful, and it really is coming from within. It's not anything external, and I think that's the best kind of fulfilling feeling, and I get that from meditations. So being able to feel into your heart and just have so much gratitude for what you already have, or what the future you're trying to create is. It's as if you already have it. When you don't need anything because you have everything, I think that's when a bunch of synchronicities and manifestations and these mystical events happen in your life, and I'm all here for it. And so that's really important, as well as keeping that state of mind throughout the day, and then every day having a ritual to keep that up. Mine is meditation. I have worked up to doing 1 hour every day as my consistent routine. As you know, or as you may not know, I went to Joe Dispenza's advanced retreat for 7 days last week. And I meditated for 4 hours and 45 minutes. That was the longest one we did, but every day we were meditating for 8 hours. And so I got really good at just bringing my chaotic thoughts to the present moment, bringing it back to the present moment. Whenever I would stray, I would bring it back to the present moment. And every time I did that, I was strengthening my neurological connections in my brain to be able to settle it down. So the more and more I practiced, the easier and easier it got to get to a place where I am not thinking about anything else but this space right here, right now, in this blackness of behind my eyes. And it's in that moment, in that present moment, where your thoughts and your heart are so aligned that your thoughts become a reality. It's a daily practice. When I'm sitting in my car, I always try to find my heart. Can I find it right now? How is it feeling? Can I elevate it? You know, I want my subconscious to be what I want. I want my subconscious to be what I am already envisioned for the future. Like, I want it to always be there at that moment in time, if that makes sense. You do not need to be defined by your past or your traumas or your environment, your situation, people in your life. You can, from this moment forward, decide that the happiness that you feel comes from within, and it's there. I promise you. It may fight you. It may be really hard to find at first, very hard, but You keep putting your awareness there. Wherever you put your awareness is where energy flows. This is what Joe says. And if you keep putting your awareness into your heart, where you want your awareness to be, where you want your energy to go, you will eventually find it. And it's in that moment that you start connecting and, you know, really feeling this sense of wholeness, truly, where you don't feel like you need anything else. Like that car, that house, it doesn't matter, because that isn't gonna bring you happiness. Actually, the feeling of you feeling whole is what's gonna bring happiness. And guess what? The universe is still gonna bring it to you in a way that you least expect it. It's a lot of fun, and I am really enjoying the process right now. So I wanted to share it, and I hope that this brings a little bit of light to it. So if you have any other questions on this, or if I sound cuckoo bananas, you can tell me, I don't care. Or if I kind of help break it down to like, or if I helped you in some way, let me know. For you guys that do believe it, I hope that this helps. And I love you guys a lot. See you in the next video. Bye.